Hello, good afternoon, thank you for your brokers. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to resume where I left off in part 5. This is going to be part 6. So let's get started. It will be affirmative defense for violation of the provision section 54-25.1 that the driver did not know of a participant in the alleged LP tampering and exercise due diligence transfer to the LP tampering did not occur. Passenger information monitor malfunction. The street delivery has a PIM and the PIM are operation and can be made operational by the driver. The driver must do so. Fines $100 and appearance is not required. You don't have to come to court. A vehicle equipment taximeter. Taximeter conditions. Defective condition. A driver must not pick up a transport or passenger when the taximeter in his or her taxi cab or street delivery is effective. It's 1 point fine and the violations are listed. A repair and replacement. A defensive taximeter must be repaired or replaced at a licensed taximeter shop. A taximeter must only be replaced with a taximeter that has been inspected, sealed, and approved within the preceding 12 months. Fine for that is $50 to $350 and suspension of 30 days. And it is required to come to court. You see the appearances. Appearances are like some you have to come to court, some you don't. So that's what the basically is supposed to mean. Seals and serial number. A driver must not drive a taxi cab or street hail livery unless all taximeter seals and cable housing seals are in good condition and pressed by the commissioner or is authorized as a need. The serial number of the taximeter must be the same as that shown on the rate card assigned to the vehicle. Fine for that is $100. Receipt paper. A driver must not pick up or transfer a passenger unless the taximeter is properly equipped with the paper for printing receipts. Fine for that is $25. Written trip record, and that is a flat trip from Kennedy Airport include and distance. So basically, well, I am missing one page actually. Notice one moment. Let's see. Here it is, 62. Taximeter operation. Setting taximeters on record as soon as the passenger enters the vehicle, the driver must immediately place the taximeter in recording or higher position and keep it in position of arrival at the destination. So that's one part. You have to make sure to remember that part. Entering passengers with a disability. Now that's very important. Keep that in mind. If the passenger, if is a person with a disability, the taxi cab driver must not place the taximeter in the recording or high position while the driver is assisting a person with a disability to enter the vehicle or while assisting the passenger mobility aid. You can't turn on the taximeter basically until the person gets in. Someone might turn it on, like when the guy is getting in, you can't. Once the passenger is in the vehicle, then you can turn it on. Before that, you can't. And there's points on this as well. Make sure you know that. Existing passenger with a disability. If the passenger is an individual with a disability who requires assistance to exit the vehicle, a driver must place the taximeter in a non-recording position before assisting such passenger and must leave the taximeter in a non-recording position until such passenger has paid the fare and safely exited the vehicle. Fine for that is $50. Non-paying passenger. If the passenger is not being charged a fare, the driver must not activate the meter but must illuminate the off-duty light in taxi cab on a street hail livery, not indicate that the vehicle is available to serve the passenger, and transmit or manually add to the written trip report that he or she is off-duty and transmitting a non-paying passenger and details of the time and distance of the fare or the free fare. Include the reason the passenger is not being charged. You have to let them know as well. Flat fare trip. Now, when the taximeter or street hail livery is engaged in a flat fare trip from between Kennedy Airport and Manhattan, the driver must key the information into the TPEP or LPEP as applicable or enter the written trip record that his flat fare trip from Kennedy Airport and include the time and distance of the fare. So keep that in mind. And fine for that is $100. End of trip. Upon reaching the passenger destination, the driver must place the taximeter in a non-recording or time-off position, inform the passenger of the fare due, and leave the taximeter in a non-recording position until the fare is paid. And fine for that is $50. Taximeter tampering. Seal tampering. A driver must not operate a taxi cab or street hail livery of the official seal attached to his or have been tampered with, broken, or altered in any manner. The Commission will assume that a driver who operates a vehicle with a broken taximeter seal knew of the tampering or alteration and deliberately operated the vehicle in violation of this rule and will take appropriate action against the driver. So So fine for that is 50 to 350 and suspension up to 30 days, and you'll get 3 points. Unauthorized device repair. A driver must not connect any unauthorized device to the taximeter. The driver must not tamper with, repair, or attempt to repair the taximeter seal, cable connection, electrical wiring. The driver must not make any change to the vehicle's mechanism or tires which affect the operation of the taximeter system. That's important as well. Number 64. It will be an affirmative defense to a violation of this provision that the driver did not know of parts of an alleged taximeter tampering and exercise the due diligence to ensure the taximeter tampering did not occur. So why this question repeating is simple. If you tamper with the taximeter, the ones that are recording the chips, you're gonna get hit with you're gonna hit the violation, and you're gonna get hit with 3 points on your TLC license. So that's what they're basically saying. So make sure you don't tamper with. Some people might tamper with, and they did tamper in the past. That's why there's rules now. But that's the reason why they keep on bringing this up. So let's keep on going. Roof light and other electrical connection. A driver must not tamper with the roof light or any of the interior lights or connection except to replace a defective bulb or fuse. Number 2, the roof light of a taxi cab or street at liberty must be automatically controlled only by the movement of the taximeter button or ignition switch that is lighted up only when the taximeter is off or vacant position, and unhighlighted when the taximeter is in recording or higher position. Number 3, the Commission will assume that a driver will operate a vehicle with an authorized installation device controlling interior of roof light, knew of the unauthorized installation of device, and deliberately operated the vehicle in violation of this rule, and the Commission will take appropriate action against the driver. Again, the violation is 50 to 350 and suspension to 30 days with 3 points on your license. Defects that arise during shift. If the taximeter breaks down during this trip so that the fare can no longer be monitored, the driver must immediately tell the passenger and offer him or her option of continuing the trip after manually agreeing to a reasonable fare or terminating the trip and paying the fare shown on the taximeter to that point. Again, the fine is $53.50 if you don't do it, and suspension up to 30 days. Procedure for terminating the use of vehicles with defective taximeter. Upon terminating a trip because of a defective taximeter, the TPAP or up of the driver must, before the off-duty change date, eliminate the off-duty light, lock the rear doors, transfer data with the taximeter is defective, or enter on a written trip record if TPAP system is inoperative. Return the taxi vehicle immediately to the garage record or licensed taximeter repair shop. After the off-duty change date, enter the appropriate off-duty code in the TPAP or LPAP. Lock the rear doors. Transfer data that the taximeter is defective, or enter on a written trip record if TPAP or LPAP system is unoperative. Return the vehicle immediately to the garage or base record or licensed taximeter repair shop. Fine is $100 if pleaded guilty before a hearing, and $150 afterwards. Report sign of tampering to the TLC. A driver must notify the owner, or in the case of a street delivery, the street delivery base, and the Commission by telephone immediately and writing within 24 hours upon the discovery of any of the following. A taximeter other than a taximeter approved by the Commission and indicated that the rate card has been installed in the vehicle operated by the driver. A taximeter sealed in the vehicle operated by the driver has been removed or tampered with. An unauthorized device that may affect the operating of a taximeter has been connected to the taximeter seal and cable connection and electrical wiring of the vehicle operated by the driver. Any intervening connection, splices, wire connection, or direct or indirect interruption of connection of any kind whatsoever have been discovered, or any riding harness attached to the taximeter in the vehicle operated by the driver. Number 66 page, and the fine for that is $500 to $1,500. And suspension up to 60 days or revocation of the license. It's a big fine. Special Driver Penalty Program. Criminal Driver Program. Points. In this section refers to points assessed by the Department of Motor Vehicle. In addition to any of the action Commission might take, the following penalty will be enforced as part of the Commission Critical Driver Program. License suspension. If within a 15-month period a driver accumulates 6 or more points, but fewer than 10 points on his or her driving license, whether issued by New York or another state, the Commission will suspend the driver's taxi cab driving license for 30 days. Now, license revocation. If within a 15-month period a driver accumulates 10 or more points in his or her driving license, whether issued by New York or another state, the Commission will revoke the taxi cab driver license. Review of driver fitness. The Commission can anytime review the fitness of a driver to continue to be licensed following any moving violation, accidents, or any of the driver-related incident, can seek to impose other additional or more severe penalties or take any other action permitted under these rules. 15-month period, when determining whether a suspension or revocation is required based on the accumulation of points in the 15-month period, the Commission will count backwards 15 months from the date of the most recent conviction from the violation carrying points that is cited in the summons under this section. Date of point accumulation. For the purpose of this rule, points assigned by the Department of Motor Vehicle for any violation will be counted as the date of conviction. Multiple points from a single incident. For a driver who has been found guilty of multiple violations arising from a single incident, the Commission will consider the driver guilty of the single violation within the highest total point for the purpose of this section. Points reduction for voluntary course completion. Before suspending or revoking driving license, the Commission will, for purpose of the critical driver program, deduct 3 points from the total that will appear on the license driving record maintained by the DMV or equivalent license agency of the state which issues such license, or any license who voluntarily attends and satisfied complete the defensive driving course. Such point reduction will count only towards points accumulated by the license as a result of the conviction or violation that occurred within 15 months prior to the date of the completion of the course, counting from the date of conviction. In order for the defensive driving course to reduce the license critical driving program points, the course must be satisfactorily completed prior to the issuing of the critical driving summons. Completion of the defensive driving course and after the education of the critical driver program summons will reduce the licensee's critical driver program points only after the license completes his or her suspension. If the licensee's driver license was issued by a state other than New York, the licensee must submit a recent driving abstract from the state of licensure. The driver must furnish the Commission within proof of when the course was taken, and the course was satisfactorily completed before the Commission reduced the driver points total. If the Commission has already suspended or revoked the driver license, the points reduction will not change the Commission's decision. The Commission will not reduce total points more than once in any 18-month period. Authorized driver street hail livery license under the chapter of these rules. Any points accumulated under this chapter for a hired driver or a passenger driver while operating a street hail livery will count towards and be applied to the driver for a hired vehicle license or transit driver license as specified in section 55-27 of these rules, and if the driver is for a hired driver, and section 56-13 of these rules if the driver is a passenger driver, and the driver may incur the penalty specified as a result. Program for proceeding violator of the taxi cab driver rules. Points in this section refer to points assessed by the Commission. These points are included in the penalty of suspicious violation of these rules in this section. Suspension and revocation. Points in time period. Any driver who has accumulated 6 or more Commission-issued points or fewer than 10 points against his or her taxi driver license within a 15-month period and whose license has not been revoked will have his or her license suspended for up to 30 days. Now, the Commission will revoke the license of any driver who has accumulated 10 or more points against his or her taxi driving license within a 15-month period. Now, any driver whose license has not been revoked and who has ridden within a 15-month period accumulated against his or her taxi cab driver license, combination of designated persistent violator points and critical driver points totaling 6 to 9 points, counted from the date of conviction, will have his or her taxi cab driver license suspended for up to 30 days. For the purpose of the subparagraph and subparagraph of this paragraph, designated present violator points shall be points assessed against a taxi cab driver license for violation that threatens the safety of the passengers or any other person, and shall be the violation listed in section 54-13 and 54-14 of these rules. The Commission will revoke the taxi cab driving license of any driver who has, within a 15-month period, accumulated against his or her taxi cab driving license a combination of designated persistent violator points and the critical driver point totaling 10 or more points, counting from the date of conviction. Multiple violations from a single incident. For a driver who has been found guilty of a multiple violation arising from a single incident, the Commission will consider the driver guilty of the single violation with the highest point total for purpose of the section. More severe penalties or discretion of Commission. The Commission can impose more severe or additional penalties to any penalties set in this section. Hearing process and imposing penalty. The Commission will impose penalties described in this section. The following the hearing in which the driver is found to have violated the rules triggering these penalties. Persistent violator penalties will be in addition to these penalties specifically listed in these rules. Point reduction for voluntary course completion. Before suspending or revoking a driving license, the Commission will deduct 3 points from the total points of any license who voluntarily attends and satisfactorily completes a point reduction course. In order for the point reduction course to reduce the driver persistent violator program points, The course must be satisfactorily completed prior to the adjutant with a persistent violator summons. The driver must furnish to the commission with the proof of when the course was taken and that the course was satisfactorily completed. If the commissioner has already suspended or revoked the driving license, the point reduction will not change the commission's decision. The commissioner will not reduce total points more than once in any 5-year period. If no points reduction course is available when the driver seeks to enroll, the driver may take a defensive driving course. After the driver furnishes the commissioner with the proof that the course has satisfactorily completed, the TLC will deduct 3 points from either the number of points occurred under the critical driving program or the program for persistent violators. The driver must select the program from which the points will be deducted. If it will be an affirmative defense that the act performed for the basis of the violation was beyond the control of the influenced taxi cab driver. Unauthorized drivers for street hail liveries licensed under other chapter of these rules. Any point accumulated under this chapter by for hire driver while operating a street hail livery will count towards and replying for the street hail driving license provided in section 55-27 of these rules, and the driver incur the penalty spread as a result. Any points accumulated under this chapter by a paratransit driver while operating a street hail livery will count towards and apply to the driver paratransit driver license as provided in the subdivision of this paratransit driver license where a taxi cab driver license, and the driver may incur penalty spread as a result. Alright, this was the last page. I'll have other smaller chapter of the TLC study material. This was the length of this course that I wanted to go with. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, comment, or concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you guys out as much as possible. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. And again, if you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to either put it in the chat, with the chat is, and I can try my best to help you guys out from there. Thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed it.